You guys have been asking for it. Build a device to climb like Spider-Man. 30 likes here, 500 likes there. I'll see what I can do. In return, all I ask is that you guys comment your ideas for what I should do next down below. Maybe part 2 of this or some other cool thing you want to see get made. And also thumbs up any cool ideas you see already down there. And while you're down there, maybe subscribe if you want. All right, so I started out by doing a little research. Basically, I binge watched all the Spider-Mans. Spider-Man? Hot take, Spider-Man 3, the best one. Like if it were a religion, I would join almost instantly. Y'all gotta check out Google reviews. I can't make this up. So after several hours of practicing the finger gun, I started sketching out all the ways we could potentially climb some walls. Number 1, suction cups. They don't really work unless you're on a super smooth wall. They will lose suction, you will fall, your mom will laugh, and proceed to tell the story at every family gathering. I mean, I'm just guessing. So to make a continuous suction, you could use a vacuum. Looks like you just sort of strap a vacuum cleaner to your back and run it out to some big suction plates on your arms. And I guess you can climb, so I don't know, might have to try that in the future. But the issue is vacuum, pretty loud, pretty clunky. I feel like the idea with this is kind of want to look normal, but you know, then still be able to bust out some sweet climbs if need be. Option 3, electromagnets. These have also been done before. They're pretty small, they're pretty quiet. You can make them out of some old microwave transformers, or you can get some of these 24 volt, 100 kg electromagnets. Here's just a little something I cooked up, basically magnet in here. This hinge right here that you can sort of slide your foot into. Then it can either sit on the top of your foot, pop out when you want to stick to stuff. Got this weight right here, a couple of batteries, rated for about 24 volts. We're gonna probably quadruple that. Basically plug it in and stick it on, and then I can put a lot of my weight on it. And it's sliding. And it's like really hard to, it's like really hard to pull off. Especially if you get a real good stick, it's damn near impossible to pull straight off. And if we had twice this voltage, it'd be even more powerful. So then we just have a switch that would disconnect this whenever we wanted to take another step. Ideally, the wall that we'd be climbing would be flat, so we'd have a little bit of like a mechanical advantage if we put all our pressure down here, because our weight would act like a pivot and have this part dig into the wall. So the only way this thing could come off is if it popped out like that, and that is its strongest direction. So it's sort of easy for it to slide around, but it's really hard for you just to like rip it off the wall. So something designed like this might be cool, but you can only climb metal. So I'm basically in the 100-acre woods right now. Probably a better idea to make something that works on trees and like wood and such. But there's an iron bridge near my house that'd be pretty sweet to climb with the magnets. Maybe we do that in version 2, make something that can climb on both wood and metal. Also, I think I forgot to do this at the start, but in all these videos, I like to feature stuff that you guys make as well. If you like building stuff, made anything cool, DM me on Instagram at Jlaservideo. It's also to follow if you want. So yeah, here's some of the stuff you guys made. Sweet stuff, guys. Go show them some love. Once again, send me your stuff, link below. So one more little update. Sorry this video's late, partially because of picked back up with the human flying drone project. Yes, project that never seems to quite get finished. Fingers crossed this will be the summer. Definitely subscribe for that. So I think the best way to climb trees and wood and stuff is with some spikes. Now you can buy like tree climbing stuff, but once again, it's a bit big and clunky and not very discreet. So I'm thinking we make some retractable spikes for our hands and feet, sort of like cat's claws. For the hand spikes, I took a piece of metal, drilled 4 holes in them, and put some screws in them. Then I bent and sharpened the screws to act like the claws. Then I used some nylon rope to attach to my hand. So now we're left with something like this. This has a bracelet right here that attaches to your wrist. Put it through just like that. That fits over the top. Then you sort of grip it like that. Any piece of wood you stick your hand on, the screws dig into them and it gives you a ton of grip, because the more you pull down, the more the screws dig into the wood. But when you don't want to wear them, they fold up real nice. All you got to do is slide them off, fold them up right on top of your wrist, and then we take that other piece of Velcro right here, wrap it around, and then these just secure the spikes right on top there, just like that. So if you've got a sweatshirt, just pull them on down over that, or it can just look like some sort of trendy angsty spiked bracelet. Point is, stays out of your way, free to do whatever you want, but then when you want to climb something, rip off this Velcro, pull them down, you're good to climb. For the leg spikes, I took a bit of steel and bent it in a hook shape around my foot. Then I attached a gaff spike to the steel with a hinge in between. The idea is that the hinge allows the spike to fold out of the way so you don't have this big spike sticking out of the side of your leg all the time. I also made it spring loaded so they pop out automatically. Again, they fit on using some nylon straps and some cool metal buckles. But when testing these things out, I realized that the hinge mechanism, I was a little bit too loose. So you're trying to dig in for a foothold, it just sort of flops around. So I went back to the drawing board. I thought, instead of building these things to slide over your shoes, what if we use the shoe as a part of the gadget? That way it'd be much more secure and more minimal. So I thought about what shoes to put them in. And I thought, since everyone loves some good old fashioned Air Force Ones, what if we made some custom Spider-Man Air Force One wall climbers? So basically I bent and bolted some more steel to the shoes. Then I bolted the spikes to the steel as well. Now, I've never really done any sort of custom shoes before, but I did take a painting class this semester. You know, senior year, finished all my physics stuff, why not? Here's some of my paintings if you're curious. So hopefully I can make something halfway decent. All right, let's get a little inspiration. Yo, these are hard. Alright guys, check these out. As you can see, much more streamlined than the last version. Ditched the hinge mechanism and went with a much more simple swivel. Now we need this piece of metal right here because the shoes don't really have enough ankle support in order to support your whole weight on these spikes. As you can see, we did two different designs on each of the shoes. Sort of did a black and red version, sort of like Spider-Man and Venom. I think they came out pretty cool given it was my first try at this. So it goes on pretty much just like normal shoes. Stick your foot through, and then all you gotta do is just pull this strap to tighten it down. And pull your pants down over it, and boom, they look like normal shoes. Obviously, except for the spike sticking out of the side, but honestly it looks kind of cool and really doesn't inhibit you walking because if you think about it, you never really walk with your feet super close together. But if you do want to go even more incognito, all you got to do is just flip this spike up, tuck it under your pants, and there you go, it's even more discreet. Obviously, the looser the pants you wear, the better for hiding this. Chances are no one's gonna notice. I'm pretty happy with how these came out, especially for a first go. I think if Spider-Man were to wear some sort of climbing shoes, these would be the ones, Air Force Ones. And when you're ready to go climb, all you gotta do, flip the spikes down, sort of like the Croc action strap, and you're good to go. Then we also beefed up the hand claws as well. And then I added this other metal piece right here. So you slip this on your wrist just like that, clips on. Then just like the other version, our hand can slip on and off. But these backing pieces are crucial. If you think about it, if you take a piece of wood, you grab onto it, the hooks themselves are naturally gonna wanna bend like this. So having this back piece of metal allows your hand to sort of push back and keep the claws from like slipping off, because if they tilt too far this way, you will lose traction. So just a quick test, we've got this wooden post up here. I think we know where this is going. Dig them in, and then we can hold and do a pull-up. Oh, and it's actually not, I'm hanging right now. Feet up. All right, let's do some climbing. New design, take one, test one. Probably gonna mess the paint up, but oh well. Take this nice and slow. I'm like barely holding on. Look, this would be impossible to do without these, by the way. There's no branches on this tree. It's honestly way easier going up than going down. I see why cats get stuck in trees. Down. Spider-Man. Do I look cool?
You look super cool.
Alright guys, well that about wraps it up for this one. Just thought this would be an appropriate place to end it off. So for what they are, I'd say these things work pretty well. Like I'm literally just chilling here, no footholds. But if you have any other suggestions, let me know down below for what I should make next. Follow me on Instagram and of course subscribe. Thank you guys very much for watching and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.